Today, we are going to cover multiple different ways to counter AWPers inside of Counter-Strike 2. I'm going to teach you everything that I know as a professional AWPer. I've used this gun to be a crutch and bring myself up through the highest ranks of North America. And you're going to learn everything that I hate facing off against. At the end of the day, we need to be the most annoying player possible when it comes to fighting these AWPers and making sure that they are not feeling comfortable. Hit that subscribe button. Let's go ahead and get right into it, guys. Now, the first tip I have to give you, which is, it's going to sound so basic, but so many of you are not thinking like this because we keep dying over and over and over to the AWPer. Guys, stop being stubborn. If you know where the AWPer is, one of the easiest ways to counter him is to just avoid him. Think about it. When you're opping in this game, what are you looking for? Your role is to get fights. You want fights, right? You want people to peek you. You want them to walk into your angle. You want them to fight you. If I kill one player, I want to reposition here and get another kill on a greedy guy that's trying to trade him. So at the end of the day, the simplest way to counter an AWPer is to flip things on its head. And I have Inferno as a map, not by chance specifically. In the professional scene, if we ever heard that the AWP started B, one of our most common reactions was to just instantly run up arch side, right? And like at the highest level, you're going to have like util like this. Where we're smoking in library and smoking in arch to cut off rotation so that they can't do anything even if they get here. But the point being, we know the AWP is B. We are going to explode up A because what does the AWPer have to do now? He has to come here and retake. And those of you that are AWPers know retaking with the AWP is not fun. Yes, you can find value. Yes, you can find impact. But if you put yourself in good positions, you know, little headshot angles where you can pop up and play whack-a-mole, you know, positions where they literally have to come in here and clear you and you can set crosshairs up, it is the ultimate way to counter the AWPer. So I know it's very obvious, but I promise if you guys are, the majority of you are just doing this completely wrong, and that's the easiest way to counter the AWPer. Now I'm going to give you specifics as to how to counter the AWPer when there is no way to avoid them, but first I have to give you a message about how to get the juiciest looking CS2 AWP skins inside of the game.
Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code, CoJo. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description.
All right, guys. So the next way to counter AWPers, it's very simple. All of these things are simple, but you actually need to execute it and you need to put this into practice. The next way to counter AWPers is with utility. Now, the easiest way to do this is by blinding off the angles that they're posted on, right? This can be something as simple as just throwing a flash off the wall or having your own set lineups that are going to be unavoidable, right? This car flash is an example where they literally can't react to it. They can't turn to it. If there's ever an AWPer posted corner, maybe I have it out myself, I will flash corner off like this and force him to either have to hide or, you know, get blind and just take a lucky shot. The point being, if we can blind the AWPer off an angle, it's going to force him to either have to re-peek us or reposition. Again, an AWPer wants you to dry fight him. An AWPer wants you to just peek with nothing. And when you use something even as simple as a flashbang, you are helping your chances. You're raising the percentages so much. Now, another thing with this, guys, is obviously we can just smoke, right? So, you know, when it comes to the B site, and I do not know how I still don't know the good CT lineup. It actually might be from here. Let's see if this lands, guys. Put me on the spot right now. No. Okay, so the good one didn't land. But anyways, AWPer CT, we smoke him off. Well, look, now he has to make a decision, right? Like now he's like, do I go all the way through the smoke where, again, you can throw a flash and blind him and it's just uncomfy now at this point? Or does he just play smart and have to rotate back around and reposition? Cool, you know, maybe we smoke spawn and do like a backhaul exec. Again, we're getting him behind the play. And like I said, flashes are then there in case he tries to go in front of it. He's caught out in the open. He's full blind. We get the kill. But do you see how these smokes completely make the AWPer irrelevant? And that's why opping at a high level in professional CS and even League CS is so difficult because people don't just right peek you. People are throwing full execs where they're smoking CT off and backhaul, doing all these things, right? And you see how difficult this can get because it's like, man, what am I supposed to do, right? Like I'm constantly just getting smoked off. I'm getting delayed. I'm getting destroyed. And it's just really difficult to actually find any value, any impact. And then you can also start doing some really cool things with this. Say you think the AWPer is arch side and you throw whatever smoke arch side, you do your bracket take with molly, flash, whatever, and you're sitting here, you're fighting these guys doing your thing. Well, guess what? Another way to counter the AWPer is to lurk on him with good timings. Now, this does take a lot of risk. This does take a lot of calculated pressure, I guess, from us. But if you hear the AWPer rotate back around to moto side and your teammates are flashing up lane doing their thing, well, a lot of times you can just get this free kill on him because he's going to be running back here trying to kill your teammates, running up lane, doing all this stuff, and then you are just splitting him. One of the easiest ways to kill AWPers is to split them, which brings me into the last point on how to kill them, is peeking with multiple people or peeking from multiple directions. Same thing here on lane. Maybe we're running up on A site and the AWPer might be moto or, you know, somewhere in this general region. We know he's rotated in because our arch guy was calling it. Well, if we peek him from halls and lane at the same time, look at this. Even if he kills one of us, it's so hard for him to stay alive because he has to choose. He has to choose who he's fighting. Usually it'll be like the halls guy, but a lot of players will overextend here. Boom, he's dead. Peek with multiple people, peek in multiple different angles, and you are always going to set yourself up to farm the AWPer, and you're going to have a high success rate against him. The worst thing you can ever do is just dry peek, guys. The simplest way in these games, by the way, if you don't know utility, if you don't know anything, if you're a beginner, is to just run away from the AWPer. And if you can't do that, just say, hey, can I fight with you? Or if you see a teammate about to peek, get behind him and then try to trade. Visualize, right? Now let's talk specifically about peeking AWPers, right? Because sometimes there's no choice. You have to take the fight. There's nothing you can do. One way I like to do it is sometimes I like to jiggle, right? Sometimes I like to jiggle. Sometimes I like to jump spot like that. Do you see how I went in the air and strafe back around? From his perspective, it's going to be a really weird shot to hit, right? Especially AWPers should be posted lower. You jump spot up there. Even if he shoots you, generally it's going to be a leg, which obviously is not ideal for us, but at least you stay alive. And you can do that. I like to do a few, sometimes I like to do some jiggles, right? Jiggle, 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 or show my gun like this, and then wide swing super hard. That's an effective way to do it. Also, guys, just pre-aim. Pre-aim your positions. If you know the AWPer is posting corner every round, just come through here and pre-fire it. If you do it properly, there's no way he can react in time. You know, and you better hope that your crosshair placement is on point. Another way to absolutely destroy AWPers is by peeking angles they don't think you're going to be on. One of my favorite ways to do this is having someone boost you up here, and if the bot was crouched, it'd be better. But then you jump on the teammate's head and kill him right away. And what's the AWPer doing? He is scoped in like this. Yes, he can hit a crazy flick and get you, but especially if he's holding pretty wide or something like this, that is just a crazy shot. And yes, as you get better and better and better, players are going to hit these crazy shots more often. But it's also why you'll see a lot of players like doing something like flashing up mid here, right? They're flashing up mid and then they're jumping into Mexi. Why do they get into Mexi right here? Because if the AWPer peeks them, only their head is showing, and that's a favorable fight for the rifler at that point. The AWPer wants you to just swing dry and wants to catch you on that fight. But once you get down there, that is a much harder shot to hit. Yes, again, you can die. You can die in all these fights. When you're facing AWPers, you can die all the time in these moments. But it's really hard, and you're making your life easier. So, yeah, I hope you guys learned something new about how to fight AWPers, how to face off against them. We centered this video on the T side of things. Obviously, everything I said could be mirrored and reflected onto the CT side of peeking AWPers and playing against them. The worst thing you could ever do, though, is just peek into where an AWPer wants you to peek into where they're posted. At the highest level, it becomes a guessing game, and it really does just become a game of avoid the AWP and make him retake. So I hope you guys appreciated this video. You learned something new, how to peek AWPers, how to play against them. Please leave a comment down below with a video suggestion. I would love to work on a video that you recommended. This one was actually a comment that was on one of my videos. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Join my Discord. Go ahead and check out my coaching channel. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out. Peace out.